Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to K-pop world. There are times when the truth isn't spoken in words. It doesn't come in loud confessions, but through silence that screams, through glances filled with meanings, through small gestures that, to the average eye, may seem insignificant, but to those who pay attention, feel like a quiet earthquake in the chest. And today, we will dive into the story of two names that have long shaken the world of Asian entertainment. Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo, two men who didn't just share the screen in the legendary drama The Untamed, but who also shared space in the hearts of audiences and perhaps in each other's lives. This story isn't about clarifications, nor is it about fleeting gossip that disappears among trending topics. This is about a relationship finally touched by light, even if only for a moment. A relationship that has long been hidden in quiet smiles, in the pause between laughter, and in moments only understood by those who truly observe. Few expected that the closeness they once showed wasn't merely a product of the camera. It was something much deeper. And it all began with a seemingly insignificant interview. A small door that opened both wounds and honesty at once. Sitting in a studio surrounded by lights and cameras, Xiao Zhan was asked about the person who knows him best. He didn't answer immediately. Silence. His gaze drifted, then a small, familiar smile appeared. He didn't say a name, but his words stopped hearts. Sometimes, you don't need to say much, because that person already knows everything just by looking into your eyes. Not long after, Wang Yibo appeared on a live stream, wearing casual clothes, speaking calmly as always. Then a fan asked, "Are you still close with the person you used to work with often?" His answer was soft, very soft, almost a whisper, but loud enough to ignite speculation. Closeness doesn't need to be shown. Sometimes in silence, we feel the deepest. Within 2 hours, the internet exploded. The hashtag Xiao Zhan Yibo back trended in multiple countries. Fans, netizens, even media outlets started wondering, was this a confession? For those who had followed them since The Untamed, this wasn't the first time they became the center of attention. Their chemistry had always been too real, even when the cameras stopped rolling. They were caught laughing without reason, holding eye contact too long, patting each other's shoulders in a way that felt too personal to be just colleagues. Over time, they appeared less together. Rumors spread. Some said they were separated on purpose. Others claimed their relationship had soured, while many dismissed it all as marketing strategy. But even as the physical distance grew, their connection never fully disappeared. There were always signs, social media posts, songs dropped at the same time, or photos taken in the same location for different projects. When that interview came out, all those scattered puzzle pieces finally clicked into place. It wasn't just that interview. During his debut anniversary event, Xiao Zhan was asked to write down the name of the one person he trusted most with his deepest secrets. He wrote it and closed the paper with a quiet smile. Days later, on a different show, Wang Yibo faced the same question. He wrote his answer, and when the production staff saw the name, they reacted with surprise. It's the same name that Xiao Zhan wrote. The camera didn't reveal the paper, but the word "same" was enough. There was no confirmation, no denial, but to fans, that was the most honest kind of truth. Then came a leak, a short 2-minute interview video circulating online. In it, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo sit across from one another. No crew, no audience, just them and the camera. Xiao Zhan speaks first. Some things are better left unsaid, not because we're afraid, but because the world doesn't always understand. Wang Yibo nods, replying, "But we know what we've been through. That's enough, isn't it?" They chuckle softly, awkwardly, but warmly, and in that small laugh, something heavy lifted. Fans cried, not out of sadness, but out of relief, because what they had quietly believed in for so long had finally taken form. Someone wrote online, "We never needed them to say we're together. We just want to know the feelings were real." Another comment read, "Love doesn't have to be announced to the world. Knowing they still care for each other in silence, that's more than enough." Of course, not everyone responded with acceptance. Some refused to believe. Others said it was all media manipulation. But to those who had followed every small clue, This was never just speculation. This was the truth they had long felt in their bones. Their relationship never followed the usual path. They never starred in another big project together. They never publicly mentioned each other again. But behind the scenes, there were stories, quiet stories that never made headlines. One stylist shared that Wang Yibo once waited for hours at a photo shoot location just to pick someone up. He sat quietly, wearing a mask and hat. But when someone walked out of the studio, he stood faster than anyone else. And he smiled. A smile you can't fake. Was it Xiao Zhan? No one confirmed, but no one denied it either. Their connection wasn't typical. It wasn't about public romance. It was about intimacy understood only by two people who once trusted each other completely, and maybe still do. They may never label it, but they gave it meaning. They may not be together on screen, but they never truly parted. As one fan wrote in a long thread, they don't have to hold hands in front of us. Because from the start, they've always held each other's hearts. Now the world waits, not for confirmation, but for the next soft truth to emerge. Will they reunite in a project? Will they speak more openly in the future? Or will they continue to protect each other quietly, just as they always have? No one knows. But one thing is certain, this story isn't over. And as long as they still mention each other in silence, as long as their eyes carry traces of what once was, hope will never die. K-pop world will continue following this story for as long as it takes, until every unspoken word finally finds its voice. What do you think, drama lovers? Did you also feel the presence of something deeper in their words and actions? Or do you have your own theory about their relationship? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for future updates, because this story is far from over. We'll meet again in the next episode. In a world where sometimes drama is more real than reality itself.